My phone buzzes during the meeting with Goldman Sachs. I glance down. My wife's name, a screenshot of my Cayman account, the one she wasn't supposed to know existed. Then, took $847K for my startup. You'll thank me later. Love you. I stop breathing. The Goldman partners are still talking. Something about quarterly projections. I can't hear them anymore. My ears are ringing. My vision tunnels to that number. $847,000. 12 years of silent sacrifices, midnight flights, skipped vacations, choosing work over her always because I was building something. For us. For our future. I built that account the way monks build patience, $1 at a time, hidden from her spending addiction, from her failed beauty blog, from her 15,000 Instagram followers who watched her pretend we were richer than we were. I excuse myself, voice steady. Professional mask intact. In the bathroom I call her. Babe. Mara's voice is champagne bubbles and delusion. I know you're mad, but listen. You stole from me. Borrowed. This is our marriage, Ethan. What's yours is mine, right? Community property? My reflection stares back. 38 graying temples, eyes that haven't slept well in months. That account was separate. Premarital, you know that. Semantics. I hear her moving, heels clicking. She's walking somewhere public. Performing for an audience I can't see. My brand is finally happening. She, that's the name, one word, all caps, is going to be massive. I have investors interested, but I needed capital to show momentum. You've always said invest in yourself, right? I close my eyes. This is the woman I married 6 years ago, the one who cried at our wedding, promising she'd never take advantage of my success, the one who swore her influencer dreams were just a hobby. How did you access it? Silence. Then, I'm smarter than you think, Ethan. The line goes dead. I stand there for 3 minutes. 4. The Goldman deal. 7 figures. 18 months of work. Dissolves while I'm frozen in a marble bathroom that smells like money I just lost. When I return, I tell them I need to reschedule. They exchange glances. In this world, distraction is weakness. At home, I find the evidence fast. My laptop, last used by her 3 weeks ago. Password manager still logged in. She'd downloaded my banking app, transferred everything to her business account, then deleted the app. But she'd left the confirmation emails. She, by Mara Chen. Empowerment through elegance, redefining modern femininity. Her landing page is live. Expensive photography. Her in white linen against minimalist backgrounds, holding products that don't exist yet. Pre-orders open for curated lifestyle boxes at $300 each. She's already sold 47. I do the math. 14,000 in revenue. She spent nearly $1 million to look like she's worth something. My phone rings. Unknown number. Mr. Chen? A woman's voice, polished. This is Rebecca Voss from Meridian Capital. Your wife listed you as a reference for her Series A pitch. I wanted to verify some numbers. My mouth goes dry. Series A? She's seeking $2 million in funding. Said she already has significant traction and family backing of nearly $1 million. Family backing. She's selling my theft as my endorsement. Mr. Chen, I could end this now. 1 sentence. But something stops me, not mercy, not love. Curiosity. I want to watch this fail. The numbers are accurate, I hear myself say. But I'd like to attend the pitch meeting. As an advisor, Rebecca sounds surprised, then pleased. Wonderful. Thursday at 4. I'll send details. I hang up and open Mara's Instagram. New post from 20 minutes ago. A photo of her laptop at a cafe, champagne beside it. Caption reading, "When you bet on yourself and win. Grateful for my amazing husband who believes in me." 4,000 likes already, I screenshot it. Then I text my lawyer. Need to discuss a business opportunity. How do I legally take over someone else's startup? His response comes in seconds. Through their own contracts. Why? What did you do? I don't answer. I'm reading Mara's investor deck instead. She's attached it to a shared drive. Another mistake born from her technological incompetence. It's impressive. Too impressive. The market research, competitive analysis, financial projections, none of this is her work. She's hired someone, probably with my money, to make her look legitimate. But there's something else. A clause in her term sheet that makes my pulse quicken. She's offering 30% equity for $2 million in funding. Which means if she succeeds, she keeps 70%, and if she fails, which she will, because she always does, Her investors will own nothing but debt and disappointment, unless someone restructures the deal. I open my laptop. Start drafting. The Goldman meeting doesn't matter anymore. Let them think I'm distracted, unreliable. This is better. Mara thinks she stole from me. She has no idea she just handed me the keys to her entire future. Thursday arrives wrapped in autumn rain. I wear the Brunello Cucinelli suit, the one that cost more than Mara's first car. Not because I need to impress Rebecca Voss, but because I need Mara to understand something the moment I walk in. I'm not here as her husband. I'm here as her competition. The Meridian Capital offices occupy the 43rd floor of a building designed to make people feel small. Glass walls, white marble, views that reduce Manhattan to a chessboard. Mara sees me and freezes. She's in the lobby, rehearsing with her laptop, wearing a black blazer I've never seen. Her makeup is flawless, TV anchor perfect. For a second, I remember why I married her. She's beautiful when she's focused, when she believes in something, even when that something is a fantasy. Ethan. Her voice cracks slightly. What are you? Rebecca said you were coming, but I thought that I'd stay home. I smile. And miss my wife's big moment? Her eyes search mine. She's trying to read me, calculate her next move, but she's always been terrible at strategy. That's why her blog failed. Why her YouTube channel died. Why every venture she touches withers from her inability to see beyond the immediate dopamine hit of attention. You're not mad? She whispers. We'll talk later. I nod toward the conference room. Don't want to be late. Rebecca Voss is exactly what I expected. Mid-40s, impeccable suit, smile that could negotiate peace treaties or declare war. She shakes my hand firmly. Mr. Chen, lovely to meet the man behind the support. Behind it, I echo. That's accurate. Mara shoots me a look. I ignore her. The pitch begins, and God help me, she's good, not authentic. Not honest, but good. She talks about market gaps, about how women are starving for curated luxury that feels personal. She shows mock-ups of subscription boxes, skincare, artisanal chocolates, silk sleep masks. She drops names of influencers who've expressed interest in partnerships. All lies. Beautiful packaged lies, but Rebecca is listening. The financials? Rebecca asks. Mara clicks to a slide I haven't seen. Revenue projections. 5-year growth. Break-even analysis at 18 months. It's professional. Polished, completely fabricated. I lean forward. May I? Mara's jaw tightens. Ethan's been my advisor through this whole process, she tells Rebecca. Smooth, practiced. His insight has been invaluable. These numbers, I say, tapping the screen. They assume consistent monthly growth of 15%. That's aggressive for a luxury subscription model. What's your customer acquisition cost? Mara blinks. We're still finalizing $340 per customer, I continue, based on your current ad spend and conversion rates, which means you need 3 months of subscription revenue just to break even per customer. And your retention metrics? Silence. Rebecca's pen stops moving. The industry average is 40% annual retention for luxury subscriptions, I say. You're projecting 75%. Why? Mara's face is flushed. Because we're offering something different. Something better. I lean back. I'm sure you are. I'm just saying Rebecca deserves accurate numbers. The temperature in the room drops 10 degrees. Rebecca closes her notebook. Mara, these are excellent questions. Why don't you send me revised projections with sourced data, and we can reconvene? It's over, Mara knows it. I can see the calculation happening behind her eyes, the realization that I just killed her funding. Of course, she says. Voice tight, professional. I'll have that to you by Monday. We leave together, silent in the elevator. The doors close. She slaps me, not hard, but sharp enough to sting. You bastard, her voice shakes. You sabotaged me. I ask questions any serious investor would ask. You humiliated me. You stole from me. I touch my cheek. Did you think I'd just let you burn through my money without consequences? The elevator dings. Ground floor. She doesn't move, just stares at me with something between hatred and desperation. I needed this, Ethan. For what? Another Instagram story? Another chance to pretend you're successful? To prove I'm more than your wife. The words explode out of her. To prove I can do something without you funding it, managing it, fixing it when I fail.
Then why did you steal my money?
She laughs. It's bitter, broken. Because you were never going to give it to me, were you? I've asked you for years to invest in my projects, and you always say no. Always find some reason why my ideas aren't good enough. So I took it. I took what should have been ours anyway. The doors start to close. I stop them. Thursday night, I say. Meet me at Maria, 8 o'clock. Why? Because I have a proposal. I step out. You want to prove you're more than my wife? Fine, let's make a deal. She follows me into the lobby. What kind of deal? The kind where you get your funding, your brand, your success. I turn back. And I get control. Her eyes narrow. You want to own my company? "70%, I smile. Non-negotiable. You work under my management structure, follow my strategy, and if you succeed, really succeed, you become rich. Just not as rich as me. And if I say no, I pull out my phone, show her the screenshot of her text, the transfer confirmations, the paper trail. Then I press charges for theft, your investor meetings disappear, and you spend the next 5 years explaining to lawyers why you committed wire fraud. The blood drains from her face. You wouldn't. Try me. I pocket my phone. Thursday, Maria, 8 o'clock. Don't be late, I walk away. Behind me, I hear her breathing, fast, shallow, furious. But she doesn't say no. Maria is too expensive for confession, too elegant for confrontation, but perfect for negotiation. Mara arrives 10 minutes late, a power move that would work if she had any power left. She's wearing emerald green dramatic lipstick, armor disguised as elegance. She sits across from me like we're strangers at a business dinner, not two people who've shared a bed for 6 years. You look nice, I say. Don't. Her voice is granite. Don't pretend this is anything but what it is. The waiter brings wine. I ordered for both of us, another subtle reminder of control. She notices. Her jaw tightens. I spoke to my lawyer, she says once we're alone. What you're proposing is legal extortion. It's a business transaction. You're blackmailing me with my own marriage. You embezzled from your own husband. I sip my wine. We're both morally compromised. The difference is I'm offering you a way out. She leans back, studies me. When did you become this? This? Cold, calculating. She pauses. I used to think you were just ambitious. Now I think you're empty. The words land harder than her slap did, because part of me wonders if she's right. She will fail without me, I say instead. Your projections are fantasy. Your supply chain doesn't exist. Your target demographic is oversaturated. You have maybe 3 months before you burn through everything and collapse. Or I find other investors. Who? Rebecca won't touch you after Thursday. And once word spreads, which it will because this industry is a small circle, no one else will either. I lean forward. You need me, Mara, not as your husband. As your only option. She drains half her wine. 70% is robbery. 70% is generous considering I'm also erasing your theft, providing operational infrastructure and giving you access to my network. I slide a folder across the table. Contract terms. Non-compete clauses. Performance benchmarks. You hit revenue targets, your equity increases. You miss them, I absorb losses, and you stay at fixed salary. She doesn't open it. What do you get out of this? Besides revenge? A profitable company. Your brand has potential. You were right about the market gap. Women do want curated luxury that feels personal. You just don't know how to deliver it. And you do? I know how to scale. How to build supply chains. How to turn influencer delusion into actual revenue. I pause. And yes, I get revenge. The satisfaction of watching you succeed because of me, not despite me. Her laugh is sharp. At least you're honest about being an asshole. Are we doing this or not? She opens the folder, reads. I watch her face change as she processes each clause, the performance metrics, the equity vesting schedule, the termination conditions. It's airtight. My lawyer made sure of it. This gives you complete operational control, she says finally. Yes, I can't make any decision without your approval. Correct. I'm basically your employee. You're the founder and creative. Director of a company I'm funding and managing. Think of it as a very expensive internship. She closes the folder, looks at me. You want me to fail, don't you? You're setting this up so I'll crash and you can say I told you so. The accusation stings because it's partially true. When she first sent that text, revenge was all I wanted. But somewhere between Thursday and tonight, something shifted. Maybe it was seeing her pitch. The passion in her voice, even wrapped in lies. Maybe it was realizing she stole from me because she was desperate to be seen. Or maybe I'm just tired of fighting a war that's already destroyed us both. I want you to succeed, I say quietly. Because if you fail, I lose money. And I don't lose money. How romantic. Romance is dead, Mara. We killed it somewhere between your third failed blog and my fourth missed anniversary. She flinches. You're the one who chose work over us. You chose Instagram likes over reality. We sit in silence. The restaurant hums around us, clinking glasses, quiet laughter, lives that aren't falling apart at 400 per person restaurants. If I sign this, she says, what happens to us? What do you mean? Our marriage. Do we stay married? Get divorced? Pretend none of this happened? I haven't thought about it. Or maybe I have, and I've been avoiding the answer. We stay married, I say, for now. Divorce during a startup launch would complicate things. We'll figure out the personal after we've secured the professional. Jesus, Ethan, listen to yourself. What do you want me to say? That I forgive you? That we'll work through this? I want you to feel something. Anger, hurt, anything but this calculating bullshit. I do feel something. The words come out harder than intended. I feel betrayed. Used. Like the 12 years I spent building that account meant nothing to you. Like I mean nothing to you except as a bank account with a pulse. Her eyes glisten. That's not true. Then why didn't you ask? Why didn't you come to me and say, Ethan, I need help, I need investment. I need you to believe in me. Why did you steal? Because you would have said no. She's crying now, mascara threatening to run. You always say no, Ethan. To my ideas, my dreams, my need for something that's mine. You control everything. The money, the decisions, the narrative of our entire life. So yes, I took it. I took it because it was the only way to take anything from you. The restaurant blurs. I'm back in our apartment 3 years ago. Mara crying in our bedroom because her beauty channel failed. Me saying, maybe it's time to get a real job. Her face crumpling. The distance that opened between us that night never really closed. I was trying to be practical. She heard, you're not good enough. Sign the contract, I say. We'll figure out the rest. She wipes her eyes. Picks up the pen. One condition, she says. You don't have leverage for conditions. One condition, or I take my chances with other investors. I gesture, go ahead. You don't get to humiliate me. Not in meetings, not in front of staff, not ever. You're my partner in this, not my owner. I'll own 70% of the company, not of me. She holds my gaze. I need your word, Ethan. Whatever we are now, whatever we become, you don't break me. Not publicly. There's something raw in her voice. Something that reminds me of our wedding day when she whispered that she was terrified of losing herself in my shadow. I should have listened then. You have my word. She signs. Each page. Her signature shaky but deliberate. When she's done, she slides the folder back. I hope you know what you're doing. I always do. No. She stands. You really don't. She leaves. I sit alone with 2 wine glasses and a contract that binds us tighter than any marriage vow ever did. My phone buzzes. Text from my lawyer. Contract executed and filed. Congratulations, you now own your wife's dream. I should feel victorious. Instead, I feel sick. 3 months later, she is hemorrhaging money. Not in the catastrophic way Mara's previous ventures failed. Slowly, professionally, like a patient bleeding out in a clean white hospital room. We're at the office. It's midnight. Just us and the glow of spreadsheets that refuse to lie. We need to cut the product line, I say. The candles, the journals, the silk pillowcases, they're not moving. Mara doesn't look up from her laptop. They're part of the brand identity. They're costing us $47,000 a month in inventory and storage, so we market them better. We've spent $120,000 on marketing this quarter. The ROI is 0.3%. Do you understand what that means? Now she looks at me. That you're about to mansplain something? I close my laptop. We're burning through capital faster than we're acquiring customers. At this rate, we're bankrupt by July. Then we raise more funding. No investor will touch us with these numbers. Then you put in more money. You have it. No. The word comes out flat. Final. I told you I'm not subsidizing another failure. She stands so fast her chair topples. This isn't a failure. We've been live for 12 weeks. 12. Most startups take years to. Most startups don't spend $1 million before they understand their market. I understand my market. You understand Instagram likes. That's not a market, Mara, it's an ego stroke. The silence that follows is nuclear. She walks to the window. The city glitters below us, 40th floor, Columbus Circle, my office that became our war room. When we signed the contract, I thought I was teaching her how to build something real. Instead, I'm watching her drown. You wanted this, she says quietly. You wanted me to fail so you could prove you were right. That's not, isn't it? She turns. Her face is exhausted, older somehow. You've been waiting for this moment since Maria. When you get to swoop in and say, see, you couldn't do it without me. You never could. I've given you everything. Resources, infrastructure, my entire network. You've given me a cage with your name on it. Her voice cracks. Every decision I make, you override. Every idea I have, you dismiss. You say you want me to succeed, but only if I succeed your way. Following your rules. Becoming the version of me you can tolerate. Because your way doesn't work. My way doesn't work, or you won't let it. I open my mouth, close it. Because I don't have an answer. She laughs bitterly. You know what the worst part is? I think I'm actually good at this. When you're not around. When I'm working with the design team or talking to customers, I feel it. That spark. Like maybe this could be real. Then prove it. Show me numbers that don't look like creative writing. I can't prove anything when you're controlling every variable. You hired the CFO, the operations manager, the entire supply chain team. These aren't my failures, Ethan. They're yours. You just put my name on them. The accusation lands like a punch, because she's not entirely wrong. I've been micromanaging every aspect of she since the contract was signed, telling myself it was necessary, that she couldn't be trusted, that I was protecting my investment. But maybe I was also protecting myself. From the possibility that she might actually succeed, that she might not need me after all. My phone buzzes. Email from Rebecca Voss. Saw the she launch. Impressive pivot on the supply chain. Heard through the grapevine Ethan Chen is involved. Would love to discuss potential investment. Are you raising? I stare at the message. Mara's watching me. What is it? Rebecca Voss wants to invest. Her expression shifts. Hope, suspicion, something in between. You're lying. I show her the email. She reads it twice. She said no after the pitch. She said no to your projections. But we've hit 2,000 subscribers. Our retention is at 62%. The revised model works. Because of the changes you made. Because of the foundation you built. The words surprise me. The brand identity, the aesthetic, the customer experience, that's all you. I just made it financially viable. She sits down slowly. You're saying I was right? I'm saying you had a good idea executed badly. Now it's a good idea executed well. I pause. Rebecca's offering is probably around $1.5 million for 20% equity, which means the company is now valued at $7.5 million. She does the math fast. My 30% would be worth $2.25 million. Yes. I'd be rich. You'd be successful. There's a difference. We sit in silence. The spreadsheet's forgotten. The anger suspended. Why didn't you tell me? She asks finally. About the numbers improving. The retention. Why did you let me think we were failing? I don't have a good answer. Or maybe I do and I don't want to admit it. Because I wanted you to doubt yourself, I say. The way you made me doubt myself when you stole that money. I wanted you to feel like everything you touched turned to ash. That's cruel. You stole nearly $1 million from me. And you stole my agency, my confidence, my ability to trust my own judgment. She stands. I think we're even now. She walks to the door. Where are you going? Home. To our apartment that doesn't feel like home anymore. To our bed where we sleep on opposite sides like strangers. She pauses. I'm taking Rebecca's meeting without you. If she wants to invest, I'll negotiate my own terms. You can't do that without my approval. The contract. Fuck the contract, Ethan. She's crying now. I'm done being your experiment in revenge. You got what you wanted. You proved I need you. Congratulations, you win. The door closes. I sit alone in the office I thought was power, staring at the email that should feel like victory. Instead, it feels like ash. My phone rings. Unknown number. I answer. Mr. Chen? A man's voice. Smooth. Unfamiliar. This is David Huang from Apex Ventures. I understand you're managing She. I'd like to discuss acquisition. We're not selling. I'm offering $8 million cash. Close in 30 days. My heart stops. For what reason? Let's just say your wife's brand has caught attention. The aesthetic, the market positioning. It's exactly what we're looking for in our lifestyle portfolio. How did you? We've been watching since launch. Impressive turnaround, by the way. Most companies don't survive the kind of internal conflict you two have been navigating. He knows. Somehow he knows everything. I'll need to discuss this with your wife. The one who owns 30%? Or the one you've been systematically breaking? His voice sharpens. Here's my advice, Mr. Chen. Take the deal. Because if you don't, I'll make a better offer directly to Mara. And something tells me she'd love the chance to cut you out completely. The line goes dead. I stand there, phone in hand, watching my reflection in the darkened window. Behind me, I hear the office door open. Mara's standing there, coat on, face streaked with tears. There's something I need to tell you, she says, before you find out another way. And I know before she says it that everything I thought I understood is about to shatter. I'm pregnant. 3 words. A grenade in a room already burning. I can't breathe. Can't think. How long have you known? 6 weeks. Mara's voice is hollow. Since the week you made me sign the contract. The timeline clicks into place. You signed it anyway. Because I didn't have a choice. You were threatening charges, destroying my future. She stops. Steadies herself. I thought if I built something valuable, if I proved I could succeed, maybe we could save this. The marriage. The family. Or you were scared I'd find out and use it against you. Her silence is answer enough. I sit down. Stand up, sit again. Whose is it? The question hangs between us like poison. Don't. Her voice breaks. Don't insult both of us. You stole from me, lied to investors, sabotaged our marriage. Why should I believe anything? Because despite everything, I've never cheated on you. She's shouting now. That's your paranoia talking, Ethan. Your need to believe everyone is as calculating as you are. I want to believe her. God, I want to. But trust is a currency we've both bankrupted. Does David Huang know? I ask. She freezes. How do you? He called. Offering $8 million for she. Told me he's been watching us. Knows about our internal conflict. You're working with him. I'm not working with anyone. Then how does he know about the pregnancy? He doesn't. Jesus, Ethan, not everything is a conspiracy. She presses her palms against her eyes. I told my doctor. That's it. No one else knows except you. And yet a venture capitalist I've never met is offering to buy us out 30 days before you plan to go public with this? Maybe he's just good at his job. Maybe he saw an opportunity. Or maybe you've been playing me from the start. I'm pacing now. The theft was never about proving yourself. It was about forcing my hand, getting me invested literally in your success, then revealing the pregnancy once the company has value so I can't abandon you without losing my investment. Her face goes pale. You think I got pregnant on purpose? To trap you? You've done everything else on purpose. I'm not the villain here. The scream tears out of her. Raw, desperate. I'm a woman who made mistakes trying to survive a marriage where she was invisible, where her husband built secret offshore accounts because he didn't trust her with money, where every dream she had was dismissed as cute but unserious. Because they were. Until they weren't. Until I built something that works, that people want, that's worth $8 million. She's crying fully now. And you can't stand it. You can't stand that maybe, just maybe, I was right about myself. I want to hurt her, to tear down every rationalization, but standing there, watching her dissolve, I see something I've been refusing to see for months. She's not the only one who's been playing games. The day you stole the money, I say quietly, I told you I could destroy you. Press charges. Ruin your life. I remember. I lied. I sink into my chair. I already knew I wouldn't press charges. My lawyer told me it would be civil court at best, messy, expensive, public. It would destroy us both. She stares at me. You let me think that I had the power to destroy you, yes. Because I wanted you desperate, compliant. I wanted to control you the way you controlled my money. Oh my God. And when Rebecca Voss reached out? I could have told you immediately. Could have celebrated with you. Instead, I waited. Let you spiral. Let you think we were failing. I laughed bitterly. David's right. I've been systematically breaking you. Why? Her voice is barely a whisper. Because you made me feel powerless. And I don't know how to feel powerless without making someone else feel it too. We sit in ruins of honesty. The pregnancy, she says finally, I found out the day before I signed the contract. I wanted to tell you, but I was terrified you'd think exactly what you're thinking now, that it was manipulation. Is it? It's an accident. One we made 6 months ago on our anniversary trip. Remember? When we tried to pretend we were still in love? I remember. Santorini, white wine and sunset, sex that felt like nostalgia instead of passion. The last time we touched each other like partners instead of enemies. I believe you, I say. You don't. But that's okay. She stands. David's meeting is tomorrow at 2. I'm taking it. Not because I'm conspiring with him. Because I need an exit strategy from this marriage before we destroy each other completely. If you sell to David, I lose controlling interest. You lose control. There's a difference. She picks up her bag. Maybe that's what both of us need. To lose control. To stop fighting over who owns what and start figuring out who we want to be. She walks to the door. Stops. The baby isn't a trap, Ethan. It's a consequence of us trying to save something that was already dying. And maybe that's fitting. Because now we have to decide, do we save the business or do we save ourselves? She leaves. I sit alone with $8 million in potential and a child I didn't plan for and a marriage that's been dead for longer than I've admitted. My phone buzzes. Text from David Huang. Meeting confirmed tomorrow at 2 p.m. Come alone or come together. Either way, someone's walking out rich and free. The question is who? I should sleep, strategize, calculate my next move. Instead, I open my laptop and pull up the contract I made Mara sign, all those clauses I crafted to protect myself, to ensure control, to guarantee she could. Never hurt me again, but protecting yourself and loving someone are fundamentally incompatible. And I've spent 3 months learning that lesson the expensive way. I delete the contract from my server, print a copy, add a note. Your 30% is now 50%, equal partnership. If you'll have me as a partner, not an owner. I leave it on her desk, then I text David. We'll be there together and we're not selling. His response comes immediately. Interesting choice. See you tomorrow. I don't know what Mara will choose. If she'll walk into that meeting as my partner or my enemy. If she'll forgive me or if forgiveness isn't even the point anymore. But I'm done playing power games with the mother of my child. Tomorrow, we face David Huang together, and whatever happens, whether we save the business, the marriage, or just ourselves, we'll do it as equals, or not at all.